Hey YouTube fans, my name is James and welcome to today's video. We're going to be looking at my nice crew, two cars, so let's get straight into it. Right here is my McLaren P1. At the moment it's got 256 miles per hour, it's 918 brake horsepower, and the car overall has done 1,121 miles. It's in a nice purple that I've chose for it, not really common, the purple. Nice white interior. Let's get an engine start. Okay, so right now we've got the Daily Driven Exotics, aka DDE Murcielago LP640. Sadly, it's not a manual gated like his, but it's the livery of the car, and it's the car with the kit on. Now this LP640 has 225 miles per hour, 758 brake horsepower, and has done over 182 miles in total up to now. Sadly, the DDE crew are sadly getting rid of this car soon, so it ain't gonna be on their channel much longer. Now, as we have seen in videos with Dave and Damon, they absolutely love this car. Yes, they've had problems with it in the past, the engine and the clutch and the gearbox, but they absolutely love this car. But moving swiftly on to the Mercedes C63. This is my car of choice for long journeys. Now, in the crew, I like to drive from Miami to New York, or from Miami to Los Angeles, or from Miami to Vegas. And this is the car that I mostly choose to drive those miles. But believe it or not, it doesn't make it all the way there, because I end up switching out halfway through. But at the moment, we've got it in a nice grey, blacked out rear lights. But it's got 225 miles per hour, 658 brake horsepower, and up to now it has done 75 miles in total, which isn't a lot to say. It's my car too for long journeys, but I like to drive it here and there. Now, as you can see, we're going for a nice carbon interior with like the greyish white. All in all, it's a decent car. It's got some nice burbles, and yeah. Now, straight in front of us is the Ford GT, the 2017 Ford GT, and as some of you may know, it's in chemise colours. Reason behind that is because I like chemise Ford GT. It's a lovely red with the nice gold stripes, and a lovely throwback to a heritage. As you can see, chemise 150 on the side. Now this car does 254 miles per hour, it's got 687 brake horsepower, and overall it's done 118 miles in total. It's a lovely car. I wouldn't recommend it for long distance driving, but it is a lovely car. Next up is my Porsche GT3 RS. Now this Porsche I absolutely love. The handling's great, the sounds are great, and I like the colour that I chose, how it's a green mixed in with a bit of orange. So it's got both the lime green and the orange from the GT3 guys. It's got the carbon package on the outside, which I've done a few changes to. So it's got a carbon rear, carbon side, carbon front. We've got the carbon interior on the inside. Overall, this car does 226 miles per hour. It has 180 brake horsepower, which I think is wrong, so I'll have to do a few checks on that. And it's on 170 miles overall. So, yeah. Next up is the RS, aka my Heritage RS. This is my custom orange for the car. I've not seen anyone else with the orange on the RS. That's why it's kind of a one of a kind. It's a one of one at the moment. But this is my Heritage RS. It's got some hints of chemise heritage with the black roof, carbon spoiler, carbon rear, carbon front. But overall, it's a decent car. It's got 225 miles per hour. It's got 581 brake horsepower, and it's only done 81 miles up to now. Now, as you can kind of see with some of the cars, if they mean a lot to me, so like the McLaren, which I know I've not really looked after, the Ford GT and the Heritage RS, they are all kept low mileage, apart from the P1, which I do this half-an-hour race to get 300 and something thousand on the game to buy more and expensive cars. This one's got the carbon package in it, and overall is a good car to drive. Next up is my Aston Martin Vanquish. I'm just going to open the doors on these two cars. But pretty much this is my Aston Martin Vanquish. It's got the carbon package on the outside, so as you see the little carbon bits on the front, carbon wind mirrors. I think I have carbon side skirts. I'm not 100% yet. I've got carbon side skirts and I think a carbon rear. This car I haven't driven a lot, but I hope and look forward to driving it on long journey distances. For example, maybe New York to Vegas, or just around Vegas, or from Miami to New York. But overall, it's a decent car. I love the sounding car. It's got 225 miles per hour. I say it does 225 miles per hour. It's got 796 brake horsepower, and sadly has only done 15 miles, which we are looking to get it up in the upcoming months. Once again, this car has the carbon package on the inside as well. But now we're going to move on to the Aston Martin V12 Zagota. If I said it wrong, I said it wrong. This is a new car in the garage, and actually is the lowest mileage car that's on show right now. Pretty much overall, it's a lovely car. We've put carbon on the outside as much as I could afford. Kind of made myself skint with this car because it did cost me over 300,000. But this Aston Martin's got 225 miles per hour, exactly the same as the Vanquish. It's got 764 brake horsepower and has only been driven 415 yards. So this car is new. We're going to run it in for you guys. Carbon package on the inside as well. But we're going to do the exact same with this as we are going to do with the Vanquish, but try and keep this car low mileage. So we're getting straight out into the garage, and we're going to put a bit more yards onto the car, let you guys hear it, see what you think of the car. But like I said, it is a lovely car to drive, decent car, sounds great, and yeah, here you go. As you can see, here's the C63 out the garage. I just wanted to pull this one out the garage just so that you guys can hear the sounds of the car. Now, later on in the video, I do bring out my 458 Speciale. I wanted to include that car into it. It didn't make it into the show garage, but it did make it into my video because it's one of my decent cars that I have. Sadly, I don't really drive it as much as I would like to because of the C63, the Porsche, the Ford GT, you know, just other cars in general. Now there will be another video soon of cars that just missed out on my garage list, but at the moment there isn't a video of that just yet. Now as you can see, here is the 458 Speciale. Now this car you could only acquire if you did something in the Crew 1. Therefore, when you bought the Crew 2, you get this car absolutely free at the start of the game. So I've had this car now for just over a year, maybe getting close, well not just over a year, I think a year and a half, getting close to 2 years now. It is a lovely car, like I said. I don't get to drive it as much as I would like to, but overall it's a decent sounding car. To say I got it for free, I can't really say, you know, that I hate it. I can't really say it was too expensive, because at the end of the day, it was a free car. It was recently yellow, recently been changed back to red. It went from red to blue, from blue to yellow, and back to red. Ends the yellow stitching on the interior. But we kept the yellow on the interior for the dial, the main RPM dial, and the Ferrari badge. But I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to let you guys enjoy this. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to show me some love. Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And I'll see all yous in the next video. Peace.